Okay.
Excuse me.
Is that really you?
Oh yeah, that's really true.
Well, I didn't hear. I thought it was him actually. I had my head turned.
Yeah.
All right. Should have saved that one for the air.
No, that's recorded. That's the camera.
Oh, there you go.
Bloopers.
I had to get it out before we started.
Welcome back. You're listening to Entertainment Weekend with Craig Siliphant, and I've got the sweet, soulful pipes today. As you can tell, I'm a little bit sick. However, I've got a great band in the studio with me right now, Jiva Tree. Now, let's just go straight to that name, Jiva Tree. It's spelled J-I-V-A, and then tree is in a tree. And you know what? While I'm spelling it, I might as well say, go to jivatree.com for tour dates, and email jivatree@hotmail.com. Send them $10 and they'll send you an album. Now, where does the name come from?
Well, Jiva is a Sanskrit word. Sanskrit for the immortal essence of a living being. So,
okay.
The soul. Soul tree.
Now, you guys, we were sort of telling me during the break there that you've had lots of, like, I don't really see it as, I didn't know what a Jiva was before you told me, but I also, wouldn't really have that much trouble spelling it or anything, but you guys have come across some, like, interesting spellings of the name.
On a visit through Kamloops in '09 fall, we did a short tour of Victoria and back, and unfortunately they thought we were called Java Tree.
Java trees.
Java Trees, yes.
Sounds like a coffee shop.
Yeah. Well, I would drink coffee there.
We saw the posters downtown first. We saw posters for the show downtown saying Java Trees. We thought, well, at least they put them up, I guess.
Now, I guess that sort of speaks to me of a certain vibe, whether it's the music itself or the name or the sort of those, I don't know, I guess if you want to call it the Jim Morrison-esque lyrics. Is that, like, obviously that's intentional, but what's the vibe behind that? What's the the reason?
Well, first of all, Tara looks a lot like Jim Morrison, so there's that connection.
Yeah, we're brother and sister. No, it's very soulful music. It's written. A lot of the lyrics are very much full of soul, and I have a lot of soul singing influences too. I listen to a lot of soul myself and old jazz music, and so I think the soulfulness of the music comes from a lot from the lyrics and the singing, and then you get the more rock. Alternative rock, jazz feeling from when the band joins us.
Mm-hmm. I guess what I wasn't really articulating was asking, like, are you obviously a very sort of spiritual person then? Because you're the one that writes all the lyrics and the starting point for the songs, right?
Yeah. Well, I have this East Indian influence in my music. That's obviously the term Jiva, and we now have a East Indian fellow in our band who plays tabla, and
now you're not posers anymore.
Yes, we're not posers.
Sweet.
Yes, we have the real deal. But I don't really know where the influence comes from. I've never listened to a lot of Indian music growing up, or I don't, pursue it deeply in any way. It just comes out of me.
So it's really less intentional then.
Yes, yes. As it comes out in the music more, I research more into the culture behind it, because I'd like to know what it is that's coming out of me unintentionally. But,
speaking in tongues.
Yeah, but it's funny how it works, because it just really brings this this worldly feel to the music here in Saskatchewan prairies.
I think it has also to do with, like, there's a bit of an age range in the band as well.
Yes.
And
old Father Time over here.
We have a very eclectic influences.
Yes.
Like, I grew up listening to very different music than either of these two or Nicole, and bringing those all together into one spot in a piece of music. That's where I really enjoy seeing not only just where the lyrics come from and the melody, but you add the other instruments as well, and everybody's music style and the wealth that we've brought to the table as far as our own musical styles. We blend that into the song, and that's where you get this nice tapestry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Alan listens. Alan is the drummer, and he listens to a lot of, you know, world music too, Latin and Cuban and
Yeah, a lot of different music.
Yeah.
There's really not any genre that I will just say, no, I'm not listening to that.
Yeah. Cool. So now the album has come out. We actually, well, this is my bad. I missed the album release party there, so we're a week or two late.
Yes.
But what's yeah, thanks.
Oh, we know where to find you now. So.
Yeah, true. What's coming up for the band now that the album's out? Are you doing some touring, or like how are you promoting the record?
There's a tour in the works, but it's kind of just based around our own. Like Alan's a goldsmith in town here. I work for a chocolate factory in town. We're all kind of juggling careers at the same time.
1800s careers?
Yes.
A goldsmith and a chocolate maker? And you're a blacksmith, Tara?
No,
Yeah.
I'm a greenhouse worker.
She cuts doilies. Put onto dresses. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a tour in the making.
yeah.
We plan on doing a Saskatchewan jaunt here very soon.
Yeah, there's always shows to look forward to seeing in Saskatoon and Prince Albert. We hit that a couple times a year, if not more. But
Yeah, some of us are from Prince Albert. So.
And we got some really good fans in Golden, BC. So
Yeah.
if you're listening out there, Golden, you shiny, shiny town, we'll be back.
Well, you're not as good as my favorite band, Jiva Trees.
Oh.
Now I'll throw that out there one more time. Tour locations, dates, www.jivatree.com, and you can order the CD for $10 by emailing, and they'll snail mail it to you at jivatree@hotmail.com. And remember, that's Jiva, J-I-V-A, not Java. So we're going to hear another track here. This one's called Fish Fate.
It's called Fish Fate.
And is there a story behind this one? Or?
This is a really old song. I wrote this was one of the first songs I ever wrote, and it's probably about 5 years now. And
yeah, six or 7 years.
yeah, but yeah, and recently though, Sean over here, the cellist bassist, he's also a very talented guitar player, and he has recently been the instrumentalist in this song in terms of strings, and so he plays guitar. We're missing Nicole today, our tabla player, and that's a huge element to this song too, because it gives tablas kind of this bubble sound. It's got this he makes the bubbles.
No, you could maybe do the tabla sound with
no, I got the shaker.
All right.
Alan over here on drums, and
Well,
usually
a cajon. It'll be.
cajon.
It's a very different arrangement than I usually do. So.
Yeah.
Which is actually interesting to note, is like you guys are playing this live in the studio for us today with just the acoustic instruments that we're able to play in here.
Yeah.
But if you actually check out the album, there's a
Should.
myriad of more stuff. Yeah, so
Yeah.
It's going to sound a lot different when you put that into the disc drive at home and
Yeah.
give it a listen.
A lot more rock and roll too, like electric guitars and synthesizer, and there's a few songs with keyboard, all
The
known.
badass saxophone player, Michael Lett.
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
Michael Lett in Montreal, or one of our original band members who ended up moving out to Montreal, but he's a very talented fellow, and he's on the album, featured in a few songs.
Really harkens a lot of Pink Floyd or Supertramp kind of memories.
I often
Yes.
put those two influences together, Pink Floyd and Supertramp.
Just the presence of the sax, there's not too many references in rock to really relate to there, but
Fair enough.
yeah, he channels both of them quite well.
Yes.
Cool. Well, let's take a listen then. This is Jiva Tree with Fish Fate. Sorry. much better when there's a crowd of people clapping, I'm sure. But,
I appreciate that.
is
Warmth.
Jiva Tree, Fish Fate, and I will throw it out there one more time. If you want a copy of the album, just email them at jivatree@hotmail.com, and that's Jiva as well. I didn't mention this earlier, but it's also available on iTunes and CD Baby. Sean Semchuk.
Soon.
Very soon, yeah.
Sean Semchuk, Tara Stadnick, Alan Hundaby, thanks so much for stopping by, guys.
Thanks for having
And
us.
Nicole, we missed you. We missed you.
Cool.
We did.
Stephen, our manager, Allison. Thanks, guys.
We miss you all. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. So thanks for everybody for stopping by, and we'll see you again next week. You've been listening to Entertainment Weekend with Craig Siliphant right here on News Talk Radio. Jeez.
It's amazing you can hold those coughs in, like.
Yeah.
I guess I've gotten used to it. I usually like have some halls or something in my desk, but just for some reason didn't. What did we say that was? Just January 20.